Greetings, Lighthouse family. Today we're going to be talking about how to get your group to gel. That's really something that every group goes through, is how do you get your people to connect and to form real good, strong relationships. Once knew a couple that had been in a group that I was involved in back up in Minnesota. And I knew that these people, they weren't happy, and finally one night they revealed why they weren't as far as being part of the group. They'd come from another church, and in that small group in that church, they had really formed some of their closest friendships that they were ever going to have. And their statement that night to the people who were there is that they weren't experiencing the friendship like they thought they would when they joined the group. Said they didn't know why, but they just came from a group that had special bonds, and they didn't know if they were ever going to be able to get to know this group like that group. And so they went on and continued to talk about the depth of relationship they had with that other group, and announced that that was something that they were needing at this time in their life. And honestly, this type of scenario really is not unusual. And today I'd like us to talk about some specific steps that we can take and that you can take to help your group to gel. And one of the first things is to help with their paradigm, or the way that they think about your group. You know, everybody joins a group with really a predetermined vision concerning the level of connection that they've experienced in life. And in some instances, their level of thinking, or if you want to call it their paradigm, it comes from their past experiences. See, if that person used to be part of a group that was maybe once of an authoritarian discipleship type group that focused on weekly meetings, and they were held accountable for scripture memory and daily Bible reading and in-depth Bible study, where there really was not a lot of a relational connection, they're going to maybe step into your group thinking and expecting that. If another person maybe attended a group before that was maybe, if you'd call it one of the old stale Sunday morning classes, Sunday school classes, that individual may be expecting to come in where they're just listening to somebody that is a talking head and maybe answering possibly a few questions. But for the most part, if they want to, they could remain silent. And that was more the norm of it. It's important that we help change the paradigm for those in our group that have been involved in other Bible studies or other groups that are not relational. And so here's a few suggestions for you. First off is this: install a new paradigm verbally. You can use phrases such as, we're more about Bible study, we're about doing life together. You could say something like, I'm enjoying becoming your friend. You can maybe even go on and make the statement that I consider you guys as part of my family. You can make the statement, I'm grateful that God is allowing us to experience life together. Whatever it may be, instill those words in there that it's not just about Bible study, but it's about getting to know other people. It's about the connections. It's about us coming together in community and growing together in all the aspects of more than just teaching, but it's also relational. You know, also during your small group meeting, talk about some of the experiences and conversations that have taken place within group members between meetings. And that helps make it more relational to where people can get to know each other a little bit more. You know, another way to help your group to gel and become more relational is to be recreational. Find out what games, whether they're indoor or outdoor, that your group members are willing to play and to get together to do. Remember this, there will always be a few group members that are hesitant, but go forward anyway. Once the laughter and the fun and the environment starts and everything's in full swing, they're going to overcome their hesitancy. Be like family. Invite your group members to come over maybe at times other than your group meeting. Invite them over to watch a movie, to play a board game, maybe even to watch the Cowboys on TV, or a cookout, or whatever it is that you may do. Invite them over a little bit more than that, sometimes even maybe like your family does. I think another good way is to help to celebrate together. I really believe that celebration bonds the heart. If somebody gets a promotion at work, if they complete a degree, if somebody's been married for 25 years, or if they're turning 40, you can have a celebration for them. Now, I don't recommend that you celebrate every birthday and every anniversary, but on those bigger events, you can throw a party. And I think for those big things, throwing parties is a great thing because it helps bring a great environment and everybody's there to be comfortable with that. Another thing I think that really helps today to to help people to gel is to use technology between meetings. You can email your other group members, maybe some jokes, maybe some of America's Most Funniest videos, and you can ask them to send theirs, maybe even onto the rest of the people in the group, and see what they receive. But the one thing I would just caution is make sure that they are appropriate jokes and appropriate videos that you do. But one of the things it'll do is this will give your group members something to talk about and when they get together, and something just to chit-chat on things that happened during the week. Be sensitive, though, for those that are in a work environment where maybe their work site doesn't allow their employees to view emails at work. Maybe you need to send those emails to a personal email just to connect with them. I believe also, too, that when groups are involved in common missional things that they do, they become close. What they do, and what I mean like this is maybe you and your group could go out and work at a homeless shelter on a Saturday. You could do a garage sale for a single mom. You could go and clean the home of a shut-in and serve him or her lunch. Maybe even better still, you guys would choose to go on a missions trip together. Whatever it is, I promise you this, is that whenever you're done with that missional thing, you're going to come back much closer than when you left. And one last thing that you can possibly do is you can choose to get away as a group. Everybody, I think, sometimes needs a break from the hassles of everyday life, and you can set a weekend aside for your small group to go camping, go down to the lake. But I think when people go out and do things together, it really builds bonds. Different groups are going to do different things. Some groups maybe like to go hike, some like to maybe go shop, some like to maybe play golf. But whatever it is, get together. And get together to have meals, have supper. Those things are a great thing. And if you're going to go retreat, I'd recommend don't overdo the Bible studies. You can do some devotions, but allow it to be a time where everybody just gets together to enjoy one another's company. Well, those are some thoughts and things, and you probably have your own ideas of some stuff that you guys have done to help bring relational ideas into your group. And I just want to encourage you, especially during times maybe like we are right now, where we aren't having home groups every other week until January 17th. These are ways that you can help your group to still stay connected and keep that relational activity happening between everybody else. As a reminder, coming up, our first home group of 2010 is January 17th. And we have some home group leaders meetings that are coming up before that. And I just want to remind you of those. The first one, and you need to attend one of these meetings. The first one is Sunday, January the 10th at 4:45 p.m. in the KMC. Or you can attend the one that's Wednesday, January the 12th at 6 p.m. And that's going to be at Education Center 149. Hey, again, thank you guys for all that you do. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please just feel free to give me a call.